Welcome to the final round of group games at the Gencor CHK Women's Premier League. This game between KCC and the USRC-Lantau Lionesses. Now we're playing this game at KCC, but it's actually USRC-Lantau Lionesses who are the home team today. And I'm sure you're itching to find out exactly what happened at the toss. So I'm not going to keep you waiting any longer. Let's see what happened at the toss. Welcome to the final week of group games at the Gencor CHK Women's Premier League. It's KCC versus USRC. We're playing at KCC, but USRC-Lantau Lionesses are the home team. The captain, Ria, has the coin.
Number.
Go for it. Number is the call. Honey, if you could just step here for a minute. I think we heard that just now, but what is your decision?
We're going to have a few.
And any changes to your team?
Yeah, just one change from last week. Renee is out and Mahi's coming in. One of our young mates.
Yeah, I hate to, bring up the elephant in the room, but winless in the tournament so far.
Yep.
What are the goals coming into this game today?
Our goal is always obviously to win. But at the same time, we want to give our young batters and bowlers a go. Because, we're pretty much out of the Premier League now. So we're looking forward to the other competition. So it's a good opportunity for them to play KCC. And hopefully we can give them a bowl and a bat and see what they can do.
Absolutely. Best of luck
Thank
in
you very
this
much.
contest. Ria, if you could step up for a minute.
Sure.
Ria, so you didn't win the toss, but
Yes.
had you won the toss, what would your decision
I
have
guess
been?
unfortunately we would have fielded first as well, but it is as it is. So
Yeah, absolutely. Talk me through, some of the changes, some of the names in your team. I noticed that Alishba is not a captain today.
oh right, yeah. Oh well, the coach thought this would be a chance to be captain. Because Alish was from another club and I'm from another club,
Yeah.
so I get to be captain this time. We just have one change. We have another wicketkeeper coming, so we have our old wicketkeeper, so we will be splitting wicket across 10 players. So I'm confident about that.
Well, if your performance on the field is anything like your performance right now,
Oh, wow.
I'm sure you'll do really well. Best of luck.
Thanks a lot. Yeah.
So there you have it. The news from the middle is KCC have won the toss and they're going to have a bowl first. So there you have it. The news from the middle is KCC. They win the toss and decide to field first. And as you heard from Ria Angeline Martins, I beg your pardon, she's stepping in today in place of regular skipper Alishba Kanwal. And this is mainly for the sake of experience. Like I said, that's mainly for the reason of, just giving her a little bit of experience. Both of these teams, KCC and USRC-Lantau Lionesses, yet to register a victory in the tournament. So there's actually, just pride to play for in this game today. So I'm just going to read you out the team sheets and the playing 11s. Captain of KCC, of course, Connie Wong. We also have Kinu Gill, Mahi Kunt, Maheen Heather, Reenu Gill, Rita Heather, Sabir Gul, the left arm seamer, I beg your pardon, Sarah Bird, Shasya Shinde, Verena Vaswani, and Zara Heather to round off that 11. And we're going to get confirmation pretty soon on what that USRC-Lantau Lionesses 11 is. But like I said, there isn't too much to play for today for these two teams. The main thing is playing for pride, getting as much game time as possible. So important. If you want to stake a claim to be included in that All-Stars Series squad, you have to do well in this competition. This, of course, as a player on an individual level, is your last chance to put in a impressive performance that gets you one step closer to the All-Star Series, and who knows, maybe one step closer to the national team itself. But if you are keeping tabs on the national team and who could maybe step up in the recent future, it's tough to look beyond the Heather sisters, Zara, Reether, and Maheen Heather. So that's going to be really, really interesting. And of course, from the USRC-Lantau Lionesses, Mahekdeep Kaur has been very impressive throughout the tournament. One of their best players, the off-spinner, Mahekdeep Kaur. She also does bat in the top order. Hasn't quite delivered with the bat yet, but I'd say definitely one to watch there, Mahekdeep Kaur, along with regular skipper Alishba Kanwal, who, of course, like I said just moments earlier, is not going to be the captain today. But yes, Alishba Kanwal, she's gotten better and better as the tournament has progressed. She's getting through her action a lot better, bowling fewer extras. And I hate to, bring up the elephant in the room, but extras, that's the big elephant in the room. It's been an issue that's troubled both of these teams, both KCC and the USRC-Lantau Lionesses. So without a doubt, they're going to be looking for a little more discipline. And speaking of discipline, of course, the Women's Asia Cup is on these days as well. And a big feature of Malaysia's performance in that Women's Asia Cup has been their discipline. Bowling very, very few extra deliveries. But yes, without a doubt, especially in the women's game, if you can keep extras to a minimum, it makes a huge, huge difference. If, for example, you're only giving away 5 runs in extra deliveries as opposed to 25, that's 20 runs. And let's say we have a game where the side batting first scores 100. That's 20% of the final team total. But enough about that. Oof, I feel like I'm just rambling at this point. We're a minute and a half away from kicking things off in this contest between the USRC-Lantau Lionesses and KCC. And of course, we've got that playing 11 for USRC-Lantau Lionesses. Alishba Kanwal, Gurkamal Kaur, Ishita Ganshani, Jane Tagaro, Joylene Kaur, Mahekdeep Kaur, Myra Salim Baloch, another left-arm seamer, Pinky Sharma, Ria Angeline Martin stepping in as captain today, Tanushi Shah, and Vanshi Shah. So there you have it. Around 1 minute left, and both these teams will be itching to get their first win on the board. KCC, you gotta say, it's been a bit of a disappointing tournament for them. Losing convincingly against HKCC, losing convincingly once again to Little Saiwan, and guess what? Losing convincingly to Kragan Gawa CC as well. And a big thing for KCC, like I've said, has been those extras. They've simply conceded far too many extras. It's going to be skipper Ria Angeline Martins opening up with Tanushi Shah. It's the skipper on strike, and it looks like Maheen Heather's got the ball. Here we go, first ball, KCC versus USRC-Lantau Lionesses. Guided away to backward point. No run on offer, but she gets to feel bat on ball. That's so important. We have one slip in position as usual. It's Keenu Gill stationed at first slip. It's a 6-3 offside field at this point, so the plan is very clear. Do not drift down the leg side. That's exactly what she's done. It's going to be first runs on the board. Sabar goal. Fancy bit of footwork. It's just a single. I gotta say, Maheen Heather perhaps lucky to get away with that one. We were just talking about that with the 6-3 offside dominant field. You do not want to be straying down the leg side. Oh, there we go. A lot better. And bold first ball here, Tanushi Shah. Should have been playing forward to that one. Her feet were rooted to the crease. And much better from Maheen Heather. Started that ball at maybe the 4th or 5th stump line. A hint of movement into the right-hander. And early breakthrough here for KCC. It's now 1 for 1. We have 2 deliveries left in the first over. And I really like this. Maheen Heather has not been opening the bowling in this tournament so far, and I think that's exactly where she has to be bowling for KCC. So I'm glad to see Maheen Heather with the brand new ball for KCC. Two balls left in this over, and I'm very interested to see who bowls that second over. I wonder if it's going to be Keanu Gill. Keanu Gill, of course, has been really impressive with the ball so far in this tournament, and has often operated with the new ball. In fact, has always operated with the new ball. Maheen Heather, can she make it 2-2? Not like that. Short and wide. The umpire gets some exercise and a bonus run here for the ladies in pink. USRC-Lantau Lionesses, of course, a combined 11, comprised of players from USRC, Lantau CC, and the SLCC Lionesses. There we go, this time drifting down leg side. She's not happy with herself, Maheen Heather. But of course, KCC out of contention for a spot in the final. The final, of course, will be played next week on the 16th of October. And you guessed it, it's going to be a Sunday. Games every Sunday here in Hong Kong. We have 4 games being streamed on the CHK YouTube and Facebook channels yet again. But I gotta say, a brilliant effort here from CHK. Guided away, looking for a run, not on offer. We got Keanu Gill behind the sticks today. Apologies, Reenu Gill behind the sticks today. And her sister Keanu, of course, at first slip. We still have 1 delivery left in this over. If my math is any good, tell you what, it gets challenging with all these extras. Ooh, the scorers are not having fun. There we go, yet another extra. Maheen Heather, you started so well in your first 3 or 4 deliveries, and now you're drifting down the leg side, you're bowling a little too wide, you're being penalized. Now, if I'm not mistaken, we have 1 delivery left in this over. Here we go, Maheen Heather. Play and a miss, much better, bowling in that corridor of uncertainty. That in-between length as well as a batter. You're thinking, do I go forward? Do I stay back? Fuller, play and a miss. Much better. It's exactly what you want to be doing with the new ball as well. Finally, end of the first over. Successful first over. Tanushi Shah departing first ball for a duck. So there you have it. Keanu Gill will not be taking the new ball. This time it's going to be left arm Seema Sabargul with that red cherry. Not a red cherry, in fact. A white ball. There you go. I'm still in test match mode for some reason. Haven't been any test matches recently. How can I be in test match mode? What can I say? My coffee is yet to kick in here at the Kowloon Cricket Club. Sabargul coming over the wicket. That's guided away. It's going to be runs. At least 1, if not 2. Yeah, there we go. Keanu Gill keeps it down to 1. A strong throw. Could have been overthrows there. Good backing up from that KCC fielder. So USRC-Lantau Lioness is ticking along nicely. Interesting field position. In a shortish mid-wicket, we've got Connie Wong. I gotta say, I've been quite impressed with Sabargul throughout this tournament. Definitely one of the positives for KCC throughout this Gencor CHK Women's Premier League. Can she find some movement back into the right-hander? Guided. Yet another dot ball. Loud call of no. Connie Wong just swapping with that mid-wicket fielder. She's now in a short cover position. She moves from from short cover to more of a short mid-off. Silly mid-off, I beg your pardon. Down the leg side. Fine leg, does well. But Mahekdeep Kaur, definitely a scoring opportunity there. She had to find that gap between fine leg and square leg, who are both in the circle. Got a quick outfield as well towards that region. This time, does she catch on to it? No, just lets that go through her hands. It's running down to deep fine leg. Will it get to the boundary? That's a desperate dive. We're waiting for the signal from the umpire. I think that should be okay. Yes, everyone's happy with that. But 2 useful runs here for Mahekdeep Kaur. She's off the mark. More runs off the bat here for USRC-Lantau Lionesses. It's the end of a pretty decent over as well from Sabargul. The only blemish, of course, was those last 2 deliveries straying down the leg side. Nonetheless, 8 for 1 after 2. Short. Guided into that cover region. Sarah Burge doing the fielding on this occasion. No signal from the umpire there. Gets away with that full toss. Maheen Heather. It's been a bit of a mixed spell, you gotta say. Found that early movement into Tanushi Shah. Was rewarded with the first wicket of the innings. The only wicket to fall so far. Still early days. She looked compact so far, Ria Angeline Martins. There we go. A no ball signaled. I have a feeling it was a front foot violation. We'll get confirmation on that. Nonetheless, KCC, you've done this far too often in the competition. Ria Angeline Martins facing up to a free hit. Tries to go leg side. That's into mid wicket. It's going to be just a single. Still first signs of aggression here from the USRC-Lantau Lionesses skipper. And I don't believe there are any SLCC Lionesses players on show today. But it's good to see Ria Angeline Martins from Lantau Cricket Club getting an opportunity to captain this team. Mahekdeep on strike. Ooh, she had no idea where that went. Perhaps she was just a bit afraid. Has it gone on to my stumps? Just earlier, I don't know if you noticed that, but Mahekdeep Kaur certainly has. There is a huge gap between that mid-wicket fielder and that fine leg fielder. But 1 delivery left in the third now. It's 10 for 1. In fact, it's over. There you go. 10 for 1 after 3. Oh, lucky to get away with that one. Edged down to third man for a single. Straight back to the bowler. Another dot ball. I'm gonna tell you what, I just sense a little bit of frustration growing here for the USRC-Lantau Lionesses. Sabargul, the left armour. Oh, tries to go big, Mahekdeep. Doesn't get enough of a connection on that. Very bottom-handed, in fact. Down the leg side, it's going to be another extra run. But this is a bottom of the table clash between KCC and the USRC-Lantau Lionesses. And interestingly, both teams wanted to field first. I did not expect that. That's a big appeal. I think it's too high and down leg side. The umpire agrees with me. There you go. 2 off 13 from Mahekdeep Kaur. Ria Angeline Martin's 4 off 9 deliveries. Extras has been the top scorer so far today. Ooh, Extras was looking to build on its lead as top scorer, but not called by the umpire. I wonder if there was just a hint of pad as it went through to keeper Renu Gill. We have 1 delivery left in the 4th over. Looking for her first wicket, Sabargul. She's kept it tight. Just 4 runs in Sabargul's first 2 overs, and it's 12 for 1 after 4. And we have a change in bowling. Zara Heather into the attack. This, of course, is the last week of group games at the Gencor CHK Women's Premier League. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, Gencor. They've been so supportive of cricket in Hong Kong and the women's game in Hong Kong for an extended period of time now. And Gencor, without you, we would not be able to pull off this tournament. So thank you so much. Start of the 5th over, straight to Sarah Burge in the cover region. Once again, her feet were rooted to the crease. Throw comes in, but the non-striker Mahekdeep Kaur was in her crease. Ria Angeline Martin's not for the first time today looking for those gaps on the leg side. Zara Heather, she started well. Look at that, commentator's curse. Down the leg side, an extra delivery. Sabargul, the pick of the bowlers so far in my opinion, even though Maheen Heather was rewarded with that first wicket. Sabargul has been right on the money. I don't believe she's bowled a single extra so far today. Down the leg side yet again. Without a doubt, all these extra deliveries are going to make an impact on that final over rate for KCC. And of course, if you are found in violation of an overrate offense, I'll get back to that in a minute. Defended straight to backward point. But of course, if you're found in violation of an overrate offense, then instead of 4 fielders outside the circle at the death of the innings, you're only allowed 3. And that of course can cost you a couple of boundaries as well. 3 deliveries left in the 5th over. Into the leg side, she hasn't found the gap. There you go, Mahekdeep Kaur had to scramble back. That throw just hitting her on the backside. Into the leg side, not able to find that gap. In fact, it's a misfield. So they get through for 1. A belated single taken there. Mahekdeep Kaur was slow to respond to her partner's call. But USRC-Lantau Lionesses, at least on paper, the weakest team coming into this tournament. But for them, it's about getting that game time. Ooh, uppish. And that's what can happen when your weight is still on the back foot. She had to transfer that weight onto the front foot, get a stronger, more confident, longer stride forward. That lets you just ease the ball through the offside. In any case, end of yet another over. It's 15 for 1 after 5. USRC-Lantau Lionesses still looking for their first boundary. And of course, this is the final over of the power play. Ria Angeline Martins, she's looking at that mid-wicket region. Connie Wong is there. Another change in bowling. Another Heather sister, Rita Heather, into the attack. That's short down the leg side. Renu Gill, I beg your pardon, unable to collect that. And it runs down for 5 wides. KCC just gifting runs away to the opposition. Short and down the leg side. The run rate for USRC-Lantau Lionesses has been pretty healthy. It's a good start for them. But that scoreboard doesn't tell the full story, because the vast majority of runs that they have scored have been donated to them by the opposition in the form of extras. More than half of the runs in this inning so far coming in extras. Rita Heather. That's much better. That corridor of uncertainty. A play and a miss from the skipper today. Five of 16 for Ria Angeline Martins. Not for the first time today. She's looking at those gaps in the leg side. Guides it away. Good sound off the bat, but straight to Renu Gill. Look at that throw. It's been a feature of the inning so far for Mahekdeep Kaur. Just a little bit slow responding to those calls from the striker. That's another thing that USRC-Lantau Lionesses have to work on. The calling. You have to trust the call of the striker when she's hitting it in front of the wicket. Ria Angeline Martins, of course, has the best view of whether or not a single is available. Mahekdeep Kaur, in those seconds that it takes you to crane your neck backwards and look back at your partner, those are precious seconds that you lose. They've also lost the opportunity to take another run. Guided away. Keanu Gill yet again. Seems like every second or third ball is going to Keanu Gill. She's made no mistakes in the field so far. I gotta say, it's interesting. KCC have chosen to dispose of that first slip. Still a little bit of movement, and on at least 3 or 4 occasions we've seen a play and a miss. Ooh, look at that, getting up nice and high. Jumping up there, Rhea Angeline Martins. There you have it, end of the power play. 6 consecutive dot balls after those 5 wides, after 6 overs. It's 20 for 1. It's going to be Zara Heather to continue. Mahekdeep Kaur on strike. Into the leg side, a catching chance. Just goes over that fielder at square leg. It's not going to run down to the boundary. Yeah, there we go. Good running on this occasion. They get back for 2. USRC-Lantau Lionesses looking to register their largest score of the tournament so far. I gotta say, for KCC, it's been a disappointing tournament. On the first day of the tournament, we were talking about them potentially featuring in the final. They just haven't quite displayed enough discipline, especially with the ball. They've been okay with the bat. But still, KCC, it's with the ball and in the field. That's where you've been outdone. Tries to go leg side. No wide signaled from the umpire. But KCC in their defense, of course, missing a few players. Hong Kong, of course, opening up, reducing quarantine. In fact, we have no quarantine. Just a 3-day self-isolation period, self-monitoring period. I believe that's what the government calls it. Here we go. Zara Heather. Bang through the offside. Has she found that gap? Oh, look at that. Connie Wong. Connie Wong. Whew. I'm not going to tell you how old she is. She dived around like an 18-year-old back then. Rolling back the years, former Hong Kong player Connie Wong. Look at that. Defended straight to the bowler, a dot ball. The KCC, of course, missing a couple of players who've decided to travel in light of Hong Kong easing its travel restrictions. 1 ball left in the 7th over, 23 for 1. That's nudged away. They're looking for a single. Mahekdeep Kaur. You have to trust the call of your partner. In fact, that was hit behind the wicket, so the textbook says the non-striker's got to make the call. There you go, end of the 7th over, 23 for 1. They're going at just a tick above 3 runs per over here. The ladies in pink. And of course, USRC-Lantau Lionesses, a combined 11 of the United Services Recreation Club, Lantau Cricket Club, and the Sri Lankan Cricket Club Lionesses. Rida to continue, a play and a miss. So you gotta give credit where credit is due. Drifted down the leg side, got penalized with 5 wides, but since then has barely put a foot wrong. It just goes to show what you can do, KCC, when you bowl nice and straight. Every time that you've bowled straight or in that corridor, you've troubled the batters once again. Mahekdeep Kaur with her feet are just rooted to the crease, and her feet are also very, very close together. She doesn't have a very wide stance as a batter. little bit off balance there, Mahekdeep Kaur. Yeah, there you go. Keanu Gill into the action yet again. 3 consecutive dot balls to kick off the 8th over. And as the statistics show in T20 cricket, the statistical likelihood of taking a wicket after bowling 3 consecutive dot balls, it absolutely skyrockets. Something's gotta give. Ooh, a bit of nasty bounce on that one. Not for the first time. Rida Heather digging it in short. She's been one of the pick of the bowlers so far here for KCC. I gotta say, I was a little bit surprised that Sabargal was taken out of the attack. Her first 2 overs only conceded 4 runs. The left armer Sabargal. Nonetheless, Rida Heather has done well. Short again. She's bowled with good pace here, Rida Heather. I just wonder, Rida, she making a case for inclusion in that All-Stars series. That All-Stars series, of course, will be contested between the Jade Jets and the Bohemia Stars. Essentially a best versus best competition. That's a thick inside edge onto the pads. That saves her. And there you go, a maiden over. First maiden over of the innings. 23 for 1 after 8. We have a change in bowling. The new bowler at the crease, Shasya Shinde, into the attack. We've got a healthy number of viewers on YouTube as well. Our view count is approaching somewhere close to 50 viewers. That's a good start. It's exactly where you need to be bowling. Maybe a little bit too full. But it's not always easy to get away those low full tosses. And like we've seen throughout this innings, a short cover in position. Ria Angeline Martins looking for first boundary. Gets a wide delivery on this occasion. I gotta say, if I was Ria Angeline Martins, I'd be very, very tempted to chase that wide delivery, in fact. There's nobody there deep on the boundary in the offside. Full on leg stump. Doesn't make a good enough connection, but good enough to get a single. Exciting times, you gotta say, for the women's game in Hong Kong. Fair Break Invitational coming up in April 2023 at this very venue. That should be a no ball. It's taken. Is this a run out chance? Mahekdeep Kaur, you gotta run that first one a lot harder. It's at least the 4th or the 5th time in this innings that I've seen Mahekdeep Kaur just get a little bit lazy and sluggish with that first run. There you go, signaled no ball by the umpire, so it's gonna be a free hit. KCC, you can change the field. There you see it. Square leg dropping back to a deep square leg. Interestingly, mid-wicket choosing to come a little closer to the batter. Down the track. Ooh, gets an edge on this one. It's going down to a vacant third man region. Rather to the left of third man there. I thought there was no third man in position. That would have been suicide. But of course there was a wide-ish third man in position. Sorry for getting you a little bit excited at home. Nonetheless, they crossed through for a single. Shinde's got to do better than this. Down the leg side. 6 runs off the over so far, the majority of them in extras. Salman Sohag on YouTube asks, who will win? Well, I'm going to throw that question right back at all you viewers at home. Who do you think is going to triumph in this contest between the Kowloon Cricket Club and the USRC-Lantau Lionesses? I gotta say, heading into this contest, KCC would have been the odds-on favorites, but the USRC-Lantau Lionesses have made a good start here, losing just 1 wicket in that first over. Tanushi Shah gone first ball of her innings, being bowled by Maheen Heather. 29 for 1 after 9. That should be a no ball, a double bounce. A bit of a misfield there by extra cover. We're waiting for the signal from the umpire, and yes, it's signaled no ball for the double bounce. So that score now moves on to 31, and yet again, for the second time in the over, we're going to see a free hit. And loud calls of no change from the outfield in KCC. Very good awareness. In fact, you're allowed to change the field. New batter on strike, Mahekdeep Kaur. Run out chance. Stronger throw would have done for Ria Angeline Martins. A single to close out the 9th over. We may have another delivery, in fact. So it appears as if Shinde has one more delivery left in this over. That's a good sound off the bat. Keanu Gill, run out chance. Needed a direct hit. It would have been tough. Only aiming at one stump, I believe. So there you have it. At the end of 9 overs, the scorers confirming this for us. It's 33 for 1 after 9. Look at that, people waking up around the subcontinent. Our view count on YouTube is currently 41 viewers, and I'm sure we have quite a few more viewers on Facebook as well. Ooh, look at that, a little bit off balance. Not sure, should I play forward, should I play back? Chip that into the offside. I just wonder, is it worth getting yet another close-in fielder there on the offside? But for now, Keanu Gill at backward point. She's on the heels of that 25-yard circle. Once again, going back. Ria Angeline Martins looking for a first boundary. In fact, USRC-Lantau Lioness is yet to hit a boundary in this innings. They've benefited greatly from the addition of extras. They're ticking along nicely, of course, but they need to get to a score of I'd say something in the region of 95 to pose a challenge here for KCC. And is it just me, or can I smell maybe some chicken tikka or some tandoori chicken cooking in that kitchen? Ooh, definitely some meat, some tandoori masala. I can smell it. There we go, into the offside. Bit of a misfield will allow them to get through for a single. We're nearly at the halfway point of this innings. 2 balls left, in fact, in the 10th over. I gotta say, the over rate has actually been quite impressive here from KCC. They've bowled close to 10 overs in just 35 minutes. Slapped straight to the bowler. She's shadow batting, just practicing where she should have hit that ball, Mahekdeep Kaur. And I think she knows. She was trying to get that a little more square as well. It's a packed offside field. We have a short extra cover, a conventional cover, and a conventional backward point. Can't do much with that. Defended to mid-on. Sarah Burge doing the cleaning up. So there you have it. We're at the halfway mark. After 10 overs, it's 34 for 1. Don't go too far. We'll be back with you in around 2 minutes for the second half of the innings. We're just going to take a small break and have a drink. So it's going to be Shinde to continue. We are ready. The umpires getting our attention, getting the scorer's attention. Here we go, 34 for 1. Make that 35 for 1. A common theme throughout the tournament for KCC. But of course, in their defense, they're missing quite a few players who are taking advantage of these eased travel restrictions in Hong Kong. Hey, I'd be doing exactly the same thing. Oh, that's upish, that's in the air. Oh, that should have been taken, Sarah Burge. You needed a stable base. You needed to be still. And that's why the ball has gone to ground. Play and a miss. That was nice and full from Shinde. But one thing I will say about all 5 teams in this tournament, in the last 2.5 years, sporting activity, including cricket, in Hong Kong has been severely disrupted. So it's not easy making a return after such a long period of time where you haven't been playing as regularly as you should have. That's a wide delivery. But of course, encouraging signs for the sporting scene in Hong Kong. The World Snooker Tour is actually going on right now in Hong Kong, with some of the world's best snooker players being convinced to fly here. There is, of course, no more quarantine in Hong Kong. A play and a miss. There is, of course, no more quarantine in Hong Kong, just a 3-day self-monitoring period. And hey, rumor has it that the 3 days of self-monitoring will also soon be a thing of the past. Down the ground, Keanu Gill does well. Hit it a little too well there, Mahekdeep Kaur. No run on offer. I gotta say, just a few yards to the right of Keanu Gill and we would have seen our first boundary of the day. That USRC-Lantau Lionesses dugout is... oh, they're quite quiet. There's a lot of tension actually right now. A full toss on the leg stump. There's cover in the deep mid-wicket. Maheen Heather. That's a strong throw as well. It's a round of applause from the rest of her fielders and teammates. Good throw there from Maheen Heather. We're seeing a little more aggression here from the USRC-Lantau Lionesses. These 2 batters have got their eye in. Can they capitalize? Once again on the leg stump, Sabar Gul. Strong throw, but they make it in nonetheless. So there you have it. 5 runs off the over. It's 39 for 1. We have 9 overs left in this first innings. Live cricket from the Kowloon Cricket Club. If you're just joining us, the news from the middle is KCC. They won the toss and decided to bowl first. Stepping in as captain today for USRC-Lantau Lionesses, Ria Angeline Martins. She said, Jay, I would have liked to have a bowl first as well. But I tell you what, I think the toss has worked out pretty well for USRC-Lantau Lionesses. 39 for 1. They've got wickets in hand. Defended. Third man cuts it off, but unable to prevent the single. So they're not able to get the boundaries away, but they're still limiting the number of dot balls. That's so important. If they can keep going at roughly 4 or 5 runs per over with those odd boundaries, suddenly you're actually going at 6.5 runs per over. Here we go. Once again, a good sound off the bat. Didn't go anywhere. But that's how you know the batters are well set. It's just been a matter of finding the gaps here for this partnership. On more than one occasion, they've hit it nice and sweetly. They've middled the ball, but they've found the fielders. Can they find the gaps? Can they find some runs? Oh, a little bit edgy there down to third man. No single. Salman Sohag on YouTube saying, I am from Bangladesh. Fantastic. Got some subcontinental fans. And all of you listening on Facebook and YouTube, I want to know, where are you from? Edged once again. Keanu Gill makes no mistake. Good over this, in fact, from Rita Heather. And in fact, she just has 2 balls left in her 4th over. Rita Heather. She started with 5 wides. She's made amends, you gotta say. Should go through for buys. Oh, Mahekdeep Kaur, come on. You have to run through for that. Easy single. It's at least 5 or 6 runs that USRC-Lantau Lionesses have given up. .40 for 1, just 1 run off the over so far. Rita Heather, the pick of the bowlers for KCC, her last ball. A play and a miss yet again, getting a generous amount of bounce to close out her spell. 4 overs, 1 maiden, 7 runs, no wickets. A good day at the office here. And you can see that run rate worm as well right now for USRC-Lantau Lionesses. Their run rate has been somewhere around that 3.5 runs per over mark. In fact, just dipping below 3.5 runs per over. We're going to see a change in bowling. Sarah Burge into the attack. Sarah Burge, can she build on the good work done here from Rita Heather? And I just wonder, is Keanu Gill going to be introduced into the attack? Connie Wong at the toss saying, a big priority for us is just giving as much of a opportunity to the youngsters as possible. Here we go. Burge's first ball. Left alone, a wide delivery. Ria Angeline Martin's on strike. She's batting on 12 of 33 deliveries. She's had a couple of opportunities to put away deliveries that could have gone to the boundary. Ooh, not sure whether to go forward or stay back. Deceived in the flight by Sarah Burge. There's a huge gap there between mid-on and mid-wicket. If you can find the gap, you get enough power on your shot, you could be rewarded with a boundary. And it looks like she was aiming for that gap as well just now. Mistimed it. Yet another dot ball. More frustration here for Ria Angeline Martins, the skipper today for the USRC-Lantau Lionesses. Charging down the wicket, not quite to the pitch of that delivery. Abandons the attempt. I'm not sure exactly what she was going for. Just 1 run off the over. Into the leg side for a single. Not sure if you picked up that sneeze on the mic. Once again, my allergies just acting up here. Commentating with a blocked right nostril. There you go. Roughing it out at the Kowloon Cricket Club. 30-degree heat, a blocked nostril. Allergies acting up. USRC-Lantau Lionesses looking for their first boundary. Bang! Connie Wong. She's made no mistakes there in the extra cover region. Connie Wong, of course, preventing what would have been the first boundary of the day just 15 minutes ago. An acrobatic stop to her left. Rolling back the years, Connie Wong, the former Hong Kong international player. Another play and a miss. There you go, the end of yet another over. In fact, is there 1 delivery left? Nope. End of the over. Excuse me, end of the over. 2 runs off it. 42 for 1 after 13. You gotta say anything under that 90 run mark and it should be a very easy run chase here for KCC. Batting hasn't been quite as much of an issue for KCC in this tournament. Definitely their strongest suit. So you feel like anything in the region of 90, they should be able to chase it down with a few overs to spare. But you never know that run rate pressure, maybe. If USRC Lantau Lionesses can take a few early wickets, then it could cause troubles for KCC. Change in bowling, Sabargul. There we go. She's conceded 5 runs so far in her 2 overs. The left arm seamer has been very, very impressive in this tournament so far. I'm not entirely sure what Sabargul's statistics are, but I frankly don't care too much. From what I've seen at least, very, very impressive, Sabargul. And of course, if you want to help us spread the word about cricket in Hong Kong, including the women's game, then click that share button and click on one of those icons. Whether it's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp, share the link to this stream with your friends and family. And let's get that view count nice and high. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to share that in my family group chat and with some of my friends on WhatsApp. Here we go, family. Oh, look at this. I clearly haven't contributed to the family group chat recently. Things are about to get much more interesting on the Dancing Hani family group chat. I'm your commentator for the day, Jay Dancing Hani. If you like what you've heard, you can always follow me on Twitter at Jay Dancing Hani. And of course, follow Cricket Hong Kong on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Left alone, wide delivery. We were just talking up Sabargul and her discipline so far today. Oof, I guess that was a bit of a commentator's curse. I'm sure a lot of you are watching on YouTube and Facebook. Hit that like button on YouTube and Facebook. It helps us rank highly when it comes to these internet algorithms. And of course, hit that bell icon, hit that subscribe button, and every time we've got live cricket from Hong Kong, you will be the first person to find out. How cool is that? That's a big appeal. The umpire's not interested. Straight back to the bowler, in fact to that silly mid-off who's been in position for the vast majority of this innings. Maheen Haider, I wonder if she's going to come back into the attack. But for now, yet another frugal over here from KCC, 44 for 1 after 14. Into the leg side. Has this cleared the fielder? Just about. But there's a deep mid-wicket in position, so it's only going to be a single. It's actually the second time we've seen that today. Maheen Haider. Apologies, Mahekdeep Kaur. Trying to go over the top and finding Maheen Haider in the deep. So run rate, a bit of an issue here for the USRC Lantau Lionesses. Another dot ball. The frustration continues to grow for the girls in pink. They need to step on the gas and push. Try to push a total somewhere in the region of 90-95 at the very least. Tries to go big. Has she found the gap? No. Mid-wicket keeps that down to a single. Another play and a miss. It's been the story of the last 10 or 15 minutes. USRC-Lantau Lionesses maybe just taking their eyes off the ball. They've definitely been favoring the leg side every time they've tried to be aggressive. That's another thing that they have to work on, their offside play. That should be a double bounce. It's hit over the cover region. It's running down to the boundary. Could this be the first boundary of the day? Absolutely. Well done, USRC-Lantau Lionesses. You get a no ball as well. And it's 50 up now for USRC-Lantau Lionesses. 51 for 1. We have a free hit and 2 legal deliveries left in the 15th over. Mahekdeep Kaur, can you go 2 for 2? Can you pick up your second boundary in succession? Here we go, Sarah Burge bowling, and it's a free hit. Full toss down the leg side, signaled wide. It's going to be another free hit. She's going to have to load up again. Just slurring my words here in the commentary box. I'm excited. I get the feeling something in the region of 90-95. And it could be a nervous second innings here for KCC. Still a free hit. Play and a miss. Doesn't gather it either, Reenu Gill. Lucky to get away with that one, Burge. A dot ball. 5 overs left after this one. 31 balls in total left in this innings. If they can get maybe another 40 runs in the next 31 balls, we're going to have an exciting chase here from KCC. Another swing and a miss. Another dot ball. You can see those stumps just lighting up. Fantastic to have all this new age technology here at the Kowloon Cricket Club. The end of another over. 52 for 1. Bold. Second wicket of the innings. You miss, I hit. Sabar Gul rewarded for a pretty good day with the ball. And it's Ria Angeline Martins walking back to the dugout. A dejected Ria Angeline Martins. In fact, she's getting a bit of a fist bump from her partner, and rightfully so. I don't think she should be too disappointed with her effort. Got into double figures. Provided good company, good support for Mahekdeep Kaur. This is a solid foundation here for the USRC-Lantau Lionesses. And walking in at number 4, the new batter at the crease, Gencor. She's going to be on strike. And she's looking leg side. Why wouldn't you? It's the death overs of the innings. A dot ball to kick things off, straight to Connie Wong at mid-wicket. That's a strong shot down the ground, but straight to mid-on, a run-out chance. Sarah Burge needed a direct hit, but even if she got a direct hit, I think it would have been an easy single. That's what can happen with good early calling, decisive running. Gotta give a credit to Mahekdeep Kaur. I criticized her at the start of her innings for not running decisively and fast enough. Down the leg side, has she found the gap? Shasya Shinde does well, cuts that off, just a single. It's now getting hotter and sweatier here at the Kowloon Cricket Club. More and more humid as every minute ticks by. Sabargul coming over the wicket, her last over. A play and a miss. We have 25 balls left in this innings. It looks like USRC-Lantau Lionesses are going to finish somewhere in the region of maybe 80 runs. And you get the sense that I just don't think that's going to be enough. There you go, second wicket of the innings. Once again finding that movement back into the right-hander. And the number 4 batter, Gencor, is now walking back to the dugout. Look at that, gets another fist bump from Mahekdeep Kaur. USRC-Lantau Lionesses, without a doubt, they recognize how important it is to get that game time, get that time out at the crease. It's all a process. It's about getting better and better. Improvement, of course, is a function of game time. That's exactly what they're getting here, USRC-Lantau Lionesses. In fact, players from all these teams getting the opportunity to play with and against national team players and people just on the fringes of the national team. You have players, of course, like Pulto and Dorothea Chan for Craigengau CC. They're not in the national team due to player availability. But of course, if they were available, they'd be making a strong case for inclusion in that Hong Kong National 11. Shouts of catch, it's running down to the boundary, it should be cut off. Rita Heather makes no mistake, and they get back for a well-run 2. Score now moves on to 56 for 3. We have 5 deliveries left in the 7th over. And amidst all that action, Myra Baloch walking in at number 5. She's not on strike. Mahekdeep Kaur, she's hogged the strike today, batting on 16 off 50 deliveries. It goes without saying she's going to need to get a move on here. Mahekdeep Kaur, one of the more impressive players for USRC-Lantau Lionesses so far in this competition. Shinde to continue. Ah, look at that, nice and straight. Every time they've bowled straight, they've caused problems for USRC-Lantau Lionesses. Oh, doesn't get a good enough connection on that. She was looking for a single. No single on offer. 16 off 53 here for Mahekdeep Kaur. I don't think the statistics tell enough of a story. On more than one occasion, she's actually middled the ball. Just unable to find those gaps. She finds a bit of a gap here, but she's only going to pick up a single. There's cover there on the deep and the leg side. Left alone, and the umpire gets some exercise once more. Another bonus run here for USRC-Lantau Lionesses. And in the closing stages of this innings, every run is like gold dust. 1 ball left in the 17th over. That's a low full toss straight to mid-wicket. Once again, another dot ball. Apologies, it's actually 58 for 3 after 17. 18 balls left in this innings. Can they get maybe another 25 runs? Of course, an additional 25 runs will take the score onto 83. You get the feeling that's still not going to be enough here for KCC. In fact, for USRC-Lantau Lionesses, I beg your pardon. Three overs left. Mahekdeep Kaur is looking towards me. She doesn't care about me. She cares about that gap. Interestingly, there's no third man in position. We have what looks like either a backward point or a gully. I'm sitting at a bit of an awkward angle here in the commentary box. There's no fielder at third man. You bowl wide, you give width, there's an opportunity. A full toss. Run out chance, a strong throw needed. They get through for a streaky single. I don't mind this from the USRC-Lantau Lionesses. You got to run for absolutely everything. Just 17 deliveries left now in this innings. And of course, if you're keeping tabs on the Women's Asia Cup, I'm sure you've realized that we've got a bit of a rain delay in Bangladesh. So what better time to tune into this broadcast? 4 games in 1 day. The CHK production team. That's a full toss. Doesn't find the gap. Shouts of bowler, bowler, bowler there from the KCC infielders. It looked like Mahekdeep Kaur was going to make it back in any case. There's 16 balls left now in this innings. Into the leg side. There's no shortage of intent here from the ladies in pink, but there's a shortage of runs, a shortage of boundaries. Just 1 boundary off the bat so far today. And it goes without saying, if you only hit 1 boundary in your first 17 and a half overs, you're not going to post a challenging total. Oh, she was thinking about going leg side, very premeditated. Left that alone, picks up that extra run. But if you're USRC-Lantau Lionesses, all you need is 1 good over to get your way back into this contest. Slapped. Mid-wicket, Connie Wong makes no mistake. I gotta say, Connie Wong has been flawless in the field so far. I like her bowling changes as well. She's given an opportunity to the likes of Sarah Burge and Shasya Shinde. Keanu Gill yet to feature at the bowling crease, and I have no issues with that. Into the leg side, in fact, straight to the bowler. An easy caught and bowled. Well done, Maheen Heather. 2nd wicket of the innings for her. And it's Myra Baloch who's going to be walking back to the dugout. And without a doubt, left arm seamer Myra Baloch will have a role to play in the 2nd innings. But it just remains to be seen, will Myra Baloch have enough runs to defend the left arm seamer? "13 balls left in this innings. Can they get maybe another 20 runs?" but even that will only take them up to a total of 80. That's exactly 4 runs and over. We'll see Suburgal just dropping back marginally beyond that 25-yard circle. There's a good work there. Just as we were saying, Suburgal into the action. She's had a good day today as well. Picked up an early wicket. In fact, not an early wicket. A wicket in her second spell. Kept the runs down to Suburgal. End of the over. The 18th over. It's 61 for 4. A play and a miss. Ooh, signaled wide. Shinde into her final over. She's conceded 19 runs in her 3 overs so far. And throughout this tournament, we've seen Shasya Shinde with a magnificent pair of shoes. Look at that. Matching that KCC emblem as well. It's down the leg side yet again. That's a good sound off the bat, but once again, that deep mid-wicket fielder makes no mistake. That's a very strong throw as well. There you go, Rida Haider, impressive with the ball, impressive in the deep as well. Something I've noticed with at least 2 of the 3 Haider sisters, strong arms from the deep, both from Maheen Haider and from Rida Haider. Into the leg side. Has she found that gap? Keanu Gill makes no mistake. Gets that long barrier out. I got a little excited there for a second. I thought maybe we'd see another boundary. And as a neutral spectator, of course, I want to see USRC-Lantau Lionesses get as close as possible to something in the region of 90 or 95. I think it's too late for that to happen. Mid-wicket. Oh, an easy run-out chance. She has to collect the ball. She doesn't. Shasya Shinde should have gotten a little bit lower when trying to make that connection. Collection, I beg your pardon. This is what happens. Non-stop commentary. Close to, 75 minutes of non-stop commentary. Just losing my voice a tad here. That's uppish. Lands in no man's land. No person's land. Maybe we should be gender neutral. Just a single nonetheless. Bang into the leg side. Once again finds mid-wicket. I gotta say, encouraging signs here from the USRC-Lantau Lionesses. This has been their best batting performance of the tournament so far. And one thing I have noticed, especially in the second half of this innings, they're middling the ball. Oh, a bit of a misfield there from backward point. Is it going to run down to the boundary? Nah, it's just going to be a single. But they have been middling the ball. They've been hitting it really well, but they've been finding the fielders. It's all a process here for USRC-Lantau Lionesses. The score now moving on to 68 for 4 after 19. And the big partnership for them, of course, for the second wicket between Ria Angeline Martins and Mahekdeep Kaur. Mahekdeep Kaur, she's carried her bat so far. She's still there. She's going to be on strike with 6 balls left in this first innings. If you're just joining us, the news from the middle, of course, is KCC won the toss and decided to field first. Ria Angeline Martin stepping in as skipper here for the USRC-Lantau Lionesses. Look at that forward defensive shot. You have 6 balls left. You gotta go for it. You do not have time to play yourself in. That shot definitely caught me by surprise. And I like it. Long stride forward, high elbow. That's a lot more aggressive. She's cleared square leg, but she's not going to find a boundary. Mahekdeep Kaur says, I want the strike. I don't blame Mahekdeep Kaur. She's into the 20s, batting on 20 off 57. Four balls left, 69 for 4. Can they get up to 80 runs? That's down the ground. Has she found the gap? Not quite, just a single. Strong throw from Sarah Burge. $71 for 4. 4 balls left. Can they get a boundary away? Alishba Kanwal on strike. Bang! In front of square on the leg side. It's going to go down to long on for just a single. And if you're USRC Lantau Lionesses at this point, you've got to run for absolutely everything. It doesn't matter if you get run out. You have 6 wickets left. You're not going to be bowled out. 72 for 4. 3 balls left. Looking leg side once again. Mahekdeep Kaur. Short. Whipped away. Straight to mid-on. And if you're the non-striker, you got to be backing up. Doesn't matter. Risk that Mankad. Who cares? You have 6 wickets left, but you only have 2 deliveries left to play with. USRC Lantau Lionesses, can they find the boundary? Bang down the ground. That goes between extra cover and cover. They come back for 2 runs, 2 useful runs. She moves on to 23 now off 60 deliveries, Mahekdeep Kaur. And I just wonder, will we see Mahekdeep Kaur in that All-Star Series? That All-Star Series, of course, will be contested between the Jade Jets and the Bohemia Stars. Essentially, a best versus best series there. A series of 3 games. That's high. Catching chance. And it's well taken from Maheen Heather. She picks up her 3rd wicket. And it's the end of the innings as well. 74 for 5 after 20 overs. So when KCC come back for the chase, they're going to require 3.75 runs per over to chase down this target. And, of course, register their first win of the Gencor CHK Women's Premier League. I'm your commentator for the day, Jay Dansagahani. If you like what you've heard, you can always follow me on Twitter at Jay Dansagahani. Hit that like button, hit subscribe and the bell icon, and you'll be the first to be notified every single time we go live from Hong Kong. That's a really good deal. You'll never miss a ball of action here in Hong Kong. There you have it, the match summary. Top scoring, 23 off 61 from Mahekdeep Kaur. Also getting into double figures, of course, was Captain Ria Angeline Martins. And with the ball, starring with the ball, you gotta say Maheen Heather taking 3 wickets in that innings. 3 of the 5 wickets to fall. The final total here for the USRC Lantau Lionesses is 74 for 5. And if you have missed any of the action so far today, you can of course tune into the highlights, so don't go too far. The highlights will be coming up shortly, and the second half of this innings in around 8 minutes from now. Welcome back. It's the second innings between KCC and the USRC-Lantau Lionesses. If you're just joining us, KCC won the toss, decided to bowl first, restricted the USRC-Lantau Lionesses to 74 for 5 in their 20 overs. They need 75 runs to win at 3.75 runs per over. And opening the innings for KCC are the Gill sisters, Keanu and Reenu Gill. It's going to be Keanu on strike. And with the ball, we have the left arm seamer, Myra Baloch. She's in that Hong Kong team pathway. The pathway team, I beg your pardon. There you have it. Shouts of ready, ready from the scorers. They're ready, as are we. Fantastic. The players are ready, the broadcasters are ready, the scorers are ready. First ball, Myra Baloch. Defended straight to backward point. Interestingly, backward point on the heels of that 25-yard circle. I just get the feeling you have to be in a little bit closer. Just build some pressure on the batter. And it goes without saying, Keanu Gill is going to be the big wicket here. If USRC-Lantau Lionesses can dismiss her early, it rips this game wide open. Into the leg side, she finds the gap. It's running down to the boundary. Work to do here for the fielder. And she does really well, cuts that off. It's just going to be 2 runs, but Keanu Gill middling a ball. Getting bat on ball, and with Keanu Gill on strike, you see more and more spectators coming out of that members pavilion and standing on the balcony, sitting on the balcony. They want to see Keanu Gill in action, and I don't blame them. Keanu Gill, of course, a storied career for Hong Kong. Played for the national team for, well, more than 10 years. That's down the leg side. In fact, it's going to be more than just that 1 bonus run. And yeah, they come back for 2 bonus runs. That's 3 in total. That score for KCC, moving on to 5 for no loss. We still have 4 deliveries left in the first over. And that's the dangerous thing here for USRC-Lantau Lionesses. When the opposition is chasing a total in the region of 70 to 80 runs. A strong opening partnership, a strong power play. And you could be out of the game in no time. That's punched away on the offside through extra cover. First boundary of the innings for Keanu Gill. What a sweet sound off the bat. Like I said, 20 to 25 minutes of Keanu Gill in prime form. And this chase could be over. Coming over the wicket once again, the left armour. That's too short. In fact, it's bowled Keanu Gill. Bit of a bottom edge on that one. You see the stumps light up. And yes, the umpire gives it. Loud, loud cheers here for USRC-Lantau Lionesses. Make no mistake, they're back in the game. This game is not over. Keanu Gill, she was looking for that no ball, potentially. And of course, if it was a double bounce, it would have been a no ball. But I think the right decision made here from the umpires. Gotta say, I'm quite impressed with the standard of umpiring so far today. I personally haven't noticed many, if any, mistakes from the 2 officials out in the middle today. But the big news, of course, in this chase is Keanu Gill, after striking a boundary through that extra cover region, has bottom-edged one onto her stumps. First wicket down here for KCC. We see Zara Heather walking to the crease at number 3. Yet to face a ball, Reenu Gill. She's at the non-striker's end. Just having a bit of a word with the umpire, just for clarification. I think maybe trying to make a belated attempt to convince the umpire that that was a double bounce. But the umpire made no mistake. First wicket down for KCC. There's a chance here for the ladies in pink. Oh, you got to do better than that. You've just taken a wicket. There's a bit of pressure on the opposition, and that just lets go of some of that pressure. Zara Heather on strike. Ah, play and a miss. Not a very convincing shot, and it can be tempting at the start of your innings to just try and feel bat on ball, get your first runs away. One delivery left in the first over. It's 10 for 1. Short, straight to that cover fielder. That's the end of the first over. An expensive one, but a successful one as well. The big wicket of Keanu Gill. It's 10 for 1 after 1. Coming in from the other end is off-spinner Mahekdeep Kaur. Mistimes that Renu Gill. But look, make no mistake, big pressure here on KCC. At the start of the tournament, we were talking about KCC potentially making a run to the finals. They've lost all 3 of their first 3 games. That's edged down to third man. But like I said, 0 for 3 KCC, losing 3 games rather convincingly to HKCC, Kragangawa CC, and Little Saiwan. Guided away, she's gonna get her first runs here. Renu Gill, she's off the mark. There's a good bit of calling, good bit of running there. Credit goes to the non-striker as well, Zara Heather. Very quick to respond to that call. Into the leg side, and she gets her first runs now as well, Zara Heather. So now both batters off the mark, batting on 1 not out each. Good thing for USRC-Lantau Lionesses, not too many extra deliveries in this game so far for them. Mahekdeep Kaur, she's usually on the money, one of the most impressive of the USRC-Lantau Lionesses players. A play and a miss, look at that. Maybe a hint of natural variation just going on with the arm. 12 for 1, we have 1 delivery left in this, the second over, just 2 runs off it. Square leg does well, it's a good piece of fielding, got an awkward bounce, but it's a dot ball to close out the second over. 12 for 1 after 2. Look at that, members of our production crew just bringing me this menu at the Kowloon Cricket Club. I've got decisions to make. Do I want carbonara again? Maybe a chicken tikka. Tries to go across the line, makes no connection with that. Perhaps she should have been back. She's playing forward. Play and a miss, signaled wide by the umpire. Bonus run here for KCC. Got some Malay food on this menu. Got some Thai food. There we go. Big appeal, and yes, it's given. First wicket for Myra Baloch, in fact. Second wicket for Myra Baloch. Loud screams here from the USRC-Lantau Lionesses fielders. We got a game on here at the Kowloon Cricket Club. We're into the third over in KCC. They're 13 for 2. Zara Heather walking back to the dugout. And now remains to be seen who walks in at number 4. It doesn't look like Connie Wong. We might see Sarah Burge walking out at number 4. How good is my eyesight? Sarah Burge, it might be her, maybe not. Sarah Burge, there we go, walking in at number 4. Dot ball to kick things off in her innings. And for KCC at this point, the required run rate is not much of a challenge. The main challenge is keeping wickets in hand. The left arm seamer Myra Baloch, she's found some movement back into the right-handers. And inside edge, Keanu Gill went onto her stumps. That's another appeal. The bowler is not interested, the umpire is not interested, but nervous moments here for KCC. KCC, of course, playing at home, but they're not technically the home team today. The home team today is the United Services Recreation, Lantau CC, and Lionesses combined 11. Lets that go, not signaled wide by the umpire. So much temptation on that KCC Boundary Cafe menu. I've chosen to chicken Caesar salad. Gotta stay in shape. Too many saturated fats these days. Trying to maintain this. Trying to build a six-pack. It's never gonna happen. Getting old. Too much gray hair. Too much of a belly sticking out. I work too hard. I don't sleep enough. How am I gonna build that six-pack? Once upon a time, I used to have one, I swear. Nonetheless, the score right now in the third over, it's 14 for 2. 1 ball left. Myra Baloch. That's into the leg side and down to deep square leg. It's just going to be a single. That looks like Tanushi Shah. She cleans up, keeps it down to a single. Going at exactly 5 runs per over. After 3 overs, KCC are 15 for 2. Here we go, Mahekdeep Kaur to continue. Pulls into the leg side. There's cover there, deep in wicket, so it's just going to be a single. That's really all that KCC have to do. Just pick up the singles, keep wickets in hand. You got Connie Wong waiting in that dugout. All that experience, Connie Wong. I gotta say, she was so good in the field. That's slapped away. Mid-off does well. Tanushi Shah, yet again. Didn't have the best day with the bat. Bowled first ball for a duck. A golden duck. Oof. That's through the offside. This time it's running down to the boundary. And it crosses the ropes as well. It's good stuff here for KCC. The runs keep flowing for them. It's a good run rate. They're well ahead of that required rate as well. But Reenu Gill with her first boundary of the innings getting into the act. In fact, sorry, it was Sarah Burge going leg side on that occasion. Guided away, third man will cut it off. It's a dot ball. Guided away really nicely. She's not going to get a run for it. But you like to see this from the batter. Just using the pace of the delivery, waiting on it, playing it nice and late. Showing good awareness as well. She knows that there's a gap between third man in the circle and backward point. Sarah Burge, if she can find that gap, there's an easy single there. Score now 22 for 2. 2 balls left in the 4th over. Lets that go and gets a wide delivery for it as well. It's an extra run for KCC. Batting on 6 not out of 8 deliveries. She goes leg side again. That looks like Mahekdeep Kaur. Strong throw, I gotta say. Just a single. 1 ball left in the 4th over. If you're just joining us, the news from the middle is KCC won the toss, decided to field first, restricted the USRC-Lantau Lionesses to 74 for 5. A single to round off the 4th over. Now it's 25 for 2 for KCC. And surprisingly, we have a change of bowling. I did not predict this. Myra Baloch picking up 2 wickets in her first 2 overs. Looks like Alishba Kanwal into the attack now. Well, that's what happens. She had her tail up there, Myra Baloch. And in a sense, I kind of get it. You want to give everyone an opportunity. There's nothing really to play for in this game. Both KCC and the USRC-Lantau Lionesses are out of contention for a berth in the final. But still, you want to get at least 1 win under your belt in the tournament. Myra Baloch, she dismissed Keenu Gill. She dismissed Zara Haider. She should be bowling the 5th over. What can I say? I get a little bit opinionated in the commentary box sometimes. But I strongly believe that if a bowler in T20 cricket takes 2 wickets in their first 2 overs, if they're troubling the opposition, at the very least you have to give them a 3rd over. Here we go. Alishba. That's watchfully played into that backward point region. No run on offer. It's good stuff here from Reenu Gill. She knows nothing fancy is required. It's okay even if you play out a maiden over. There's so much time left in this chase. It's a 5-4 leg side dominant field. That's quite interesting here from Alishba. Alishba, of course, captain in the first 3 games. But Ria Angeline Martins getting an opportunity wearing that captain's armband. Full toss! That has to go down as a drop catch. A sharp return catch, but you gotta take those. Interesting bit of cricket there. Full toss. Reenu Gill with a forward defensive shot to that full toss. I believe you got to get your hands through the ball. There are gaps there in that cover region. A gap between cover and extra cover. You find that gap, you pick up at least a single. Bit of a reprieve here for Keenu Gill. She goes into the leg side. Reenu I beg your pardon. So many sisters playing here for KCC. We got the Gill sisters in Kinu and Renu. And of course the Heather sisters. Rida Heather, Zara Heather, and Maheen Heather. Strong sibling connection here for the Kowloon Cricket Club. Guided away to third man. It's a dot ball. I gotta say, USRC-Lantau Lionesses, they've got to be a little more vocal in the field. You've taken 2 early wickets. Encourage the bowler. Just get loud. Have a little bit of fun. It's a pleasant... Strangely enough, it's a pleasant summer's day. I don't know why it's still summertime in Hong Kong. We're approaching mid-October here in Hong Kong. Should not be this hot. In any case, Alishba Kanwal. That's a full toss on the legs. Gets away with that one, the bowler. Just a single to square leg. Look at that. Ria Angeline Martins. Big ball of energy. You like to see this Ria Angeline Martins, the youngster, getting a bit of an opportunity here to lead her side. It's the end of another over. Good one for KCC. Both batters still at the crease. A drop catch as well. Renu Gill offering a sharp return catch to Alishba Kanwal. It's 28 for 2. And we're going to see a change in bowling. It's the skipper herself, Ria Angeline Martins, into the attack. Can she pick up a wicket here? Make things nice and interesting here. There's a generous amount of flight. Looks back at the umpire. And I think a good decision as well. Well within those parameters on the offside, so not signaled wide. Oh, playing a miss. Bit of a stumping chance as well, maybe. Joylene Kaur. She got onto that maybe a little bit quicker. It could have been the 3rd wicket down. Sharp chance, maybe someone like a Sarah Taylor, Amy Jones would have affected a stumping. Playing a miss again. 3 consecutive dot balls to kick off her spell. Tries to guide it away. Doesn't find the gap. So 4 consecutive dots to kick off the final over of the power play. KCC, of course, losing 2 early wickets. Another full toss, square leg into the action yet again. Unable to cut off the single. Are they looking for another run? Kinu Gill just overrunning that first run. Look at that. She basically ran 2 runs but only got 1 for all her efforts. Renu Gill, you have to be a little more alert and aware. Score now moving on to 29. Playing a miss. In fact, it's a wide delivery, so still 1 ball left in the power play. Playing a miss, didn't move her feet. Made no connection on it. So there you go, end of the power play. 30 for 2 after 6. There we go, members of the production team just correcting my Urdu pronunciation. It's Alishba Kanwal. There you go. Bit of a silent / lazy end there. Alishba Kanwal. Into the leg side for another single there. That square leg fielder has been very, very busy today. Looks like Tanushi Shah over there. Nah, in fact, it's Ria Angeline Martins, but Tanushi Shah at fine leg has also been very, very busy. Renu Gill is still looking for her first boundary. I don't think she's gonna get it. That should be signaled wide, and yes it is. Oh, desperate dive there. Premature dive there from the fielder. Oh, look at that. A bit of a lack of communication between the two fielders. I don't think the third man fielder running in knew that it was going to be a relay throw. Thankfully, she wasn't struck on the head there. Bit of a comedy of errors, but it made no difference. The USRC-Lantau Lionesses, just the 2 runs here for Renu Gill. She's down on her haunches. It's a very, very hot day here at the Kowloon Cricket Club and Hong Kong in general. Alishba Kawal. Oh, a loud nick. Nobody there in the slip cordon. It's running down to deep third man. That's yet another lucky reprieve here for Renu Gill. She was dropped earlier in the innings and now getting a thick outside edge down to that deep third man region. It was a loud, loud clink off the bat as well. Shout of bowler. A direct hit may have seen our 3rd wicket fall. Halfway through the 7th over. I'm sure you can hear it in my voice. My throat just drying up a tad. Alishba Kawal. That's another full toss, edged away. Once again, third man, you've been very, very busy today. A lot of fielding to do for the fielders behind the wicket on both the offside and the leg side. Good sound off the bat. Run out chance. Once again, a direct hit was needed. It's very close to the stumps as well. Good stuff from Ria Angeline Martins. Onto that very quickly. Got the throw away nice and quick as well. Doing the basics right here. The captain for the USRC-Lantau Lionesses got into double figures as well with the bat. Provided a solid start to a team. Bowled a nice first over as well. Bang through the offside. She doesn't find the gap. Look at that. Mahekdeep Kaur. A bit of a misfield there. It's running down to the boundary. She cuts it off, but that's... Is that 1 run or is that 2? Gonna get confirmation from the umpire. Just 1 run there. Renu Gill. You've got to take 2 for that. Apologies, it was actually Gurkamal Kaur, not Mahekdeep Kaur on that occasion. But Renu Gill, you gotta do better than that. Definitely 2 runs on offer. Play and a miss. Renu Gill. Down the ground, down to mid-on. Ah, another misfield. This time they're going to come through for that bonus run. They're more than halfway towards their target. Just another 35 runs needed at less than 3 runs per over. A very manageable asking rate this for Kowloon Cricket Club. Left alone. She's going to get a wide delivery for that. So make that 34 runs needed now for KCC. 35 runs. Another play and a miss. But I like this from Ria Angeline Martin. She's had a good day. She's led from the front, both in the field, with bat and with ball. Oh no, the commentator's curse. Look at that. Deep mid-wicket with a run-out chance. And yes, it's given from the umpire. An interesting sequence of events. We were talking up Ria Angeline Martin's bowls and easy full toss. And a run-out here for KCC. It looks like Sarah Burge. In fact, it's going to be Reenu Gill walking back to the dugout. It's not signaled no ball from the umpire. So much happening in just one delivery. But the important thing for the USRC-Lantau Lionesses is they've taken their 3rd wicket of the innings. And it remains to be seen who walks to the middle for KCC. Does Connie Wong send herself in? Or does she send in someone like Maheen Heather? It looks like Maheen Heather walking in at number 5. There's still some work to do here for KCC. And if I was USRC-Lantau Lionesses at this point, I'd be looking at 3 bowlers specifically to try and win me this game. Those 3 bowlers, of course, are Ria Angeline Martins, Mahekdeep Kaur, and Myra Baloch. And look at that, I'm getting messages on WhatsApp. People are tuning into this game, especially as the game at HKCC is starting to round off. Dead bats that one straight back to the bowler. That's all that's needed. Just 33 runs more needed for victory, and they have 12 more overs. The score after 8 is 42 for 3. And there we go. Just as we were saying, Myra Baloch back into the attack. That's left alone. Myra Baloch, of course, picking up the first 2 wickets to fall in this innings. The big wicket of Keenu Gill and then Zara Haider. That's hit away into the leg side, and it's just going to be a single. But of course, we have a double header here at the Kowloon Cricket Club. Both the men's and the women's teams for KCC and USRC squaring off today. The Gencor men's T20 Premier League game coming up at 2 p.m. HK time. That's 11:30 a.m. IST and 4 p.m. in Sydney. Down the leg side, has she got some bat on this? We're waiting for the signal from the umpire. And that signal is... no signal. So she did get some bat on that. It's a single for Maheen Heather. .44 for 3, 31 more needed for KCC, and they've got 68 balls to get those 31 runs. They also have 7 wickets to play with here. Reenu Gill still at the crease. Reenu Gill batting on 9 of 23 deliveries. Not the most fluent innings. She got an edge down to third man. If there was a slip in position, as there should have been, it would have been 4 wickets down for KCC. There you go, 4 wickets down now. Myra Baloch gets a 3rd wicket. And they're absolutely ecstatic here. The USRC-Lantau Lionesses, they believe that they have a genuine shot at picking up their first victory of the tournament. Myra Baloch yet again finding some movement back into the right-hander. Reenu Gill doesn't make it into double figures, walking back to the dugout for 9 runs. And there we go, the familiar figure of Connie Wong, the skipper, walking in at number 6. She's got a lot of work to do. 31 runs needed. They have 6 wickets in hand. And if you're the USRC-Lantau Lionesses, you want the wicket of Connie Wong right now. One delivery left in the 9th over, and a huge moment just now. The wicket of Reenu Gill. Reenu Gill, of course, the first wicket to fall. Inside edging onto her stumps. That's left alone. Myra Salim once again, maybe just looking for that swing back into the right-hander yet again. And you can see exactly why Myra Salim Baloch is a pathway player in that pathway team for Hong Kong. 1 ball left in the 9th. Edged away to third man deliberately, but it's going to be a dot ball to close out the 9th over. KCC are going at exactly 5 runs and over. They're 45 for 4 after 9. A huge passage of play coming up here for both teams. KCC yet to win a single game at the Gencor CHK Women's Premier League, and it's the same for this combined USRC-Lantau Lionesses 11. Both teams winless in the tournament so far, out of contention for a berth in the final, but there's so much to play for in this game. There's pride to play for. Gurkamal Kaur into the attack. That's edged. That's definitely a bump ball. I don't know what they're appealing for. And we have more and more interest building here at the Kowloon Cricket Club. More and more members coming out onto the balcony to find out who's going to win this contest between KCC and the USRC-Lantau Lionesses. That's a big appeal, and it's given! They've lost half their side now, KCC. We got a game on here at the Kowloon Cricket Club. 30 runs needed for victory. They only have 5 wickets left. Gurkamal Kaur into the attack and picks up a wicket off her very first over. Another LBW decision. And this has been the difference between the two bowling teams. USRC-Lantau Lionesses, more accurate, more disciplined. They've given away fewer extras. And they've picked up 5 wickets now. Required run rate, not an issue, not at all. They need 30 of 64 deliveries, but they only have 5 wickets left. It's all happening here. 3 quick wickets for the USRC-Lantau Lionesses. And in fact, we're going to have a bit of a break for drinks, but don't go too far. We'll be back with you in around 2 minutes for more action and the second half of this innings between USRC-Lantau Lionesses and the Kowloon Cricket Club. Got a game on at the Kowloon Cricket Club. 3 quick wickets here for the USRC-Lantau Lionesses. It's 45 for 5. KCC need 30 runs to win, but they only have 5 wickets in hand. The important thing for KCC is Connie Wong is still out there at the crease, but she's not going to be on strike. It's going to be Rita Heather on strike. Straight back to the bowler. And my strong advice for the USRC-Lantau Lionesses is to get a slip in position right now. On more than one occasion, we've seen KCC's batters play and miss. And you can see Rita Heather as well, eyeing up that gap between third man and backward point, who are both in the circle. She finds that gap, she will get at least a single, if not more. Into the leg side. Good stuff here from mid-wicket. I've been quite impressed by the fielding so far from the USRC-Lantau Lionesses. Their bowlers have also been noticeably more disciplined than KCC's bowlers. It's so important. In a low-scoring contest, you don't give away too many extras. Mahekdeep Kaur. Oh, that's a full toss. I'm not sure what she's appealing for. I think there's bat on that. We're going to wait for the signal from the umpire. They cross through for 2 runs, KCC. Look at that, Connie Wong thinking about the third. We're waiting for the signal from the umpire. And there's no signal, so like I said, bat off that. But I don't mind this from the USRC-Lantau Lionesses, I beg your pardon. Bit of a mouthful. USRC-Lantau Lionesses. This, of course, a combined 11. That's in the air. Catching chance. Mahekdeep Kaur. Should have been 6 wickets down. In fact, a throw to the striker's end. We might have seen that 6th wicket fall. Once again, so much happening in just the space of one delivery. You don't know what to pay attention to. Gotta say, Rita Heather, lucky to get away with that one. The end of a successful over at the halfway mark. KCC 47 for 5. Things heating up here at KCC. A change of ends here for Ria Angeline Martins. She's going to be bowling from the members' end. In fact, she's changed her mind here, Ria Angeline Martins. It's Myra Baloch into the attack, and she's eased away between extra cover and mid-off for a very important boundary here for KCC. Connie Wong, the skipper, wasting no time whatsoever. She's off the mark with, I gotta say, the shot of the innings. Connie Wong at a clutch time, picking up an all-important boundary. That equation now shrinking to 24 runs needed. .24 needed of 59 deliveries. The asking rate is not an issue. What is an issue is wickets. Oh, look at that, a bit of nasty bounce there. Well done, Myra Baloch. Picked up 3 wickets so far. She's into her last over, and she's been the main threat so far for the USRC-Lantau Lionesses. If you're KCC at this point, it's simple. Just get through this over. Figures of 3 for 20 in her 3.2 overs so far. There you go. Watchfully played, respectfully played there from Connie Wong. You can see Connie Wong just trying to assess, do I have any gaps to exploit in the leg side? And I don't think she does. It's a 5-4 leg side dominant field, so the plan here for Myra Baloch is simple. Keep it straight. Maybe find some movement back into that right-hander. 1 bowled and 2 LBWs for Myra. That's a full toss. Mid-on does well, cuts it off. So Tanushi Shah missed out with the bat. A golden duck for her. She's done well in the field, as have the ladies in pink. The girls in pink. A lot of them teenagers, of course. Down the track. Has she found that gap? She has, but is it going to run down to the boundary? Ooh, just teasing the fielder. But another important boundary here for KCC. Second boundary of the over. Second boundary for Connie Wong. Connie now moves on to 8 off 6. She's been one of the best players of the tournament for KCC. There's no doubt about that. One of the more reliable batters for KCC as well. Made a contribution in nearly every single game has Connie Wong. Looking leg side yet again. And yes, she finds a bit of a gap there between mid-wicket and mid-on. Cheeky single there, Connie Wong. So much experience playing for Hong Kong over the years, more than a decade of experience playing for Hong Kong, and that experience showing. Just 7 balls into her innings, but she's picked up 9 very useful runs. 19 runs needed now. A 7th ball being bowled in this over. Up in the air! Hands on her head from Myra Baloch. If there was a short cover in position, she would have picked up a 4th wicket. Nonetheless, a fantastic spell from Myra Baloch. 3 big wickets. It gave her team a lot of hope of maybe pulling off an upset here at the Kowloon Cricket Club. There's still a chance of an upset here at KCC. 19 runs needed, 5 wickets in hand. It's going to be Connie Wong on strike, and it's captain to captain, Ria Angeline Martins with the ball. Apologies, 57 for 5, so 18 more runs required for victory. Connie Wong looking in my direction. There's a huge gap. No third man in position. Yeah, there we go. Trying to find that gap. Gets it 2 square. Bit of a run out chance. Oh no, Ria Angeline Martins, you've dropped the ball. That should have been 6 wickets down. A clean collection. Maybe a stronger throw as well. That's not great cricket. Not from the non-striker. Not from the fielders. Low full toss, mid-on. Ah, no, another misfield. They're going to get back for 2, in fact. Look at that. Pressure on both teams. In a way, you love to see it. It just goes to show how much this contest means to both KCC and the USRC-Lantau Lionesses. Defended watchfully. But like I said, look, on paper, it's a dead rubber. Neither of these teams can make the final, but neither of these teams wants to go home winless at the Gencor CHK Women's Premier League. Oh, bit of a top edge, a catching chance. Oh, Mahekdeep Kaur needed to be around 9 feet tall to dive and take that catch. A streaky single here for the Kowloon Cricket Club. And you can cut the tension with the knife. 15 runs needed, 5 wickets in hand. Into the leg side. I don't know what they're appealing for. There was bat on that. And they get through for another single. The bails light up, but Connie Wong, she's in her crease. But like I said just moments ago, the ball ballooning up in the air. Had Connie Wong been taken, it would have been 6 wickets down. A game of centimeters, of millimeters. Connie Wong, she's looking leg side again. There's no deep third. Apologies, no deep fine leg. Ooh, bit of a misfield yet again from mid-wicket. They're looking for 2. They take 1 for the throw. A wise decision. And that's 2 runs to close out the 12th over, 63 for 5. Change of bowling. Alicia Kalwal into the attack. Left alone, another wide delivery to start off yet another Alicia Kalwal spell. And the countdown begins here for KCC. Just 11 more runs needed for victory. It's been a useful partnership between these two. An undefeated partnership of 19 between Rita Heather and Connie Wong. Rita Heather batting on 3 off 5. Connie Wong 14 off 12 with the assistance of 2 boundaries. Ooh, interesting. Tried to go leg side. Gets an edge down to third man. Oh, that could have been a run out. Rita Heather, you got to slide your bat in. They're going to come back. So there you go. Picking up 3 runs. Should have just been 1, maybe a run out. But they get 3 very useful runs. Just 8 more runs required for victory. Can KCC close it out in this very over? Connie Wong on strike. 5 deliveries left in the over. 22-run partnership. A game-defining partnership. Full toss down the ground. Doesn't find the gap. But time running out here for the USRC-Lantau Lionesses. They need a wicket, and they need a wicket right now. Connie Wong. She knows there's nobody at deep square leg. Square leg is inside that 25-yard circle. With a wideish mid-on. Ooh, Alishba, I hope you're okay. Look at that, a false start. It's good to see her laugh and smile though. Just shrug that off. Alishba Kowal. Can she pick up her first wicket? Into the leg side. Like we said, nobody at deep square leg. It's running down to that deep square leg boundary, and it gets there. The score moves on to 71 now for KCC. Just 4 more runs required for victory. Connie Wong with the 3rd boundary of the innings. She moves on to 18 off 14. It's been a cameo, but a game-defining cameo here at the Kowloon Cricket Club. But like we said at the innings break, USRC-Lantau Lionesses, maybe they needed a total closer to 95 or 100 runs. That would have been relatively challenging for KCC. But a very, very good partnership of 26. And the partnership's still going. Ooh, that's an appeal, but sliding down the leg side. 2 balls left in this over. Connie Wong. I think she wants to finish things off right now. There's a huge gap there between a wideish mid-on and the bowler. Alishba Kowal. Bang! That's a good sound off the bat, but there's a deep cover in position. Three runs required for victory. Ooh, that's a no ball. Could have been dangerous had that been straighter. And he has signaled a no ball as well. It's going to be a free hit. So a free hit now for Rida Heather. She could close things out right now. 2 runs required for victory. KCC on the cusp of their first victory of the tournament. That short pulled away into the leg side. Deep mid wicket will prevent the boundary, but I don't think she can prevent the second. There we go. KCC get back for the second run. They get their first victory of the Gencor CHK Women's Premier League. Nervous moments for them in that chase, but an undefeated partnership of 30 between Rida Heather and Connie Wong. It propels the Kowloon Cricket Club to a 5-wicket victory. There you go. They've realized it finally, the players. Handshakes between the umpires and the KCC batters. Fist bumps between KCC and the USRC-Lantau Lionesses players. I have to say it's been a pleasure bringing you the group stages of the Gencor CHK Women's Premier League. I'm your commentator for the day, Jay Dansinghani. If you like what you've heard, you can follow me on Twitter at JDansinghani. Hit that bell icon, hit that subscribe button, and every time we go live with Cricket from Hong Kong, you'll be the first person to find out. Follow us, Cricket Hong Kong, on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. A convincing 5-wicket victory here for the Kowloon Cricket Club. As the end of the group stages for both of these teams, neither of these teams progressing through to the final. But, of course, do join us next week, Sunday 16th of October, for the final of the Gencor CHK Women's Premier League. A big thank you to our sponsors, Gencor. Gencor, without you, we would not have been able to pull off this tournament and this broadcast. So impressive. 4 games streamed every Sunday from Hong Kong on the CHK YouTube and Facebook channels. In any case, if you missed the action today, stick around for the highlights coming up shortly. I'm Jay Dansagani on behalf of the CHK production team. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you at 2 p.m. for the men's game between KCC and USRC. Gill, bit of a bottom edge on that one. You see the stumps light up, and yes, the umpire gives it. Loud cheers here for USRC-Lantau Lionesses. Make no mistake, they're back in the game. Got some Malay food on this menu, got some Thai food. There we go. Big appeal, and yes, it's given. First wicket led from the front, both in the field with bat and with ball. Oh no, the commentator's curse. Look at that. Deep mid-wicket with a run-out chance. And yes, it's given from the umpire. An interesting sequence of events. Not the most fluent innings. She got an edge down to third man. If there was a slip in position, as there should have been, it would have been 4 wickets down for KCC. There you go, 4 wickets down now. Myra Baloch gets a 3rd wicket. More and more members coming out onto the balcony to find out who's going to win this contest between KCC and the USRC-Lantau Lionesses. That's a big appeal, and it's